Senate Republicans showing that they do not care about getting black people's votes or black people under its umbrella. They blocked the passage of the Crown Act to ban discrimination against natural hair. Senate Republicans made certain that a plan to ban discrimination based on hair texture or styles will not become federal law. Senator Cory Booker led an effort to pass the Crown Act, which stands for creating a respectful and open world for natural hair, with unanimous approval in the upper chamber so Joe Biden could sign it into law. But following the lead of Senator Rand Paul, GOP senators blocked the bill from being passed in the Senate. And this legislation was introduced after the black high school wrestler was forced to cut his locks before competing in a match. This is what Congresswoman Bonnie Coleman had to say. The Senate continues to stand in the way of progress for our country. Republicans' obstruction of the Crown Act is part of a long tradition of weaponizing the filibuster to block civil rights legislation. When the Crown Act was first introduced during the 116th Congress, it passed the House by voice vote without objection. When I reintroduced it last year, it passed the House once again, despite the Republican efforts to delay it. In both instances, Republican senators stood in the way of the bill's passage. It saddens and angers me that in the year 2022, something as simple as opposing racial discrimination has become controversial. My colleagues across the aisle were presented with an opportunity to stand united against discrimination. They chose instead to live in the climate of division and hyperpartisanship. As a woman with locks and raising a child, that's natural. This should just be normal. But the GOP honestly wants as much ammunition and weaponry to fight against full equality. Yes, black women, black people get discriminated against because of our hair and how we present ourselves. So this just another showing of why black people, black women rebel or are repelled by the GOP. They stay showing their racism. They just wave it like a little flag.